everyone. Welcome to All About Real Estate. I'm Claudia Chyang. I'm a local realtor in Southern California. Today we're going to talk about what is escrow. What is escrow company's role in real estate transaction? I invite my special guest today, Aaron Yu from Central Escrow. Aaron is going to talk about what does escrow actually do and what's their function and what they can do to help you as a seller or a buyer in a real estate transaction. Welcome to Aaron Yu.
Hi, my name is Aaron Yu, Senior Vice President for Central Escrow Group. We're one of the largest independent escrow companies in Southern California.
So thank you for Aaron coming today. We're going to talk about what is escrow.
So escrow is termed as a neutral third party who helps facilitate the agreement between a seller and buyer in a real estate transaction.
So what is escrow's role in the transaction?
So as an escrow provider or a closing agent, what we do is we take the purchase agreement between the two parties that they agreed upon, and then we make sure that all the terms and the agreement are followed through.
Are there different kind of escrow companies?
Actually, in California, there are three categories of escrow. One is under the title insurance, another is a broker-owned, and one is also considered what is non-affiliated. And Central Escrow is one of the largest independent escrow, and we're governed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation.
So we've heard there are attorney state and the escrow state. So what are the difference and what we are?
So in California, we are not considered an attorney state. We are usually governed by the three different licenses, and our company is an independent escrow company, and a lot of times we provide the closing service. But California is not an attorney state where they get an attorney involved in the closing.
Okay. Why don't we need an attorney to get involved? A lot of people are asking that question.
Well, under California guidelines, we do not necessarily need an attorney. If you would want an attorney involved in your transaction, you may choose to have one. However, it's not necessary to have an attorney help with a real estate transaction.
Okay. I've heard a lot of escrow companies provide a flat fee or zero fee to the seller. What do you think about this kind of escrow company?
Well, for us, we do have a standard fee, and we hope to ensure that our experience and knowledge is what drives us and our clients to come back to us. I really don't have there's no general guidelines on what the fee is, but I think experience and the quality of service is what matters.
If I'm buying a house from my friend, do you suggest I use an escrow company?
In all types of real estate transaction, we recommend you use an escrow company because there are certain conditions and factors that might be a little bit more confusing to individuals. So an escrow company will help guide you through the transaction and make sure that all agreements and conditions are met.
Okay. What's the escrow company's relationship with title company?
So as I stated before, there are several types of escrow categories. A title company may have an escrow department, and they also can facilitate real estate transaction and help with the closing. Independent escrow company also facilitates that type of transaction for real estate. So there are two different categories, but they may have the same function.
Okay. So which means I don't need an escrow company, I can just use title company?
Yes, you may use their escrow department in a title company. There's some differences, but I say that our company has one of the best track records of experience and knowledge with our escrow officers. So escrow company is a neutral third party to help facilitate both seller and buyer. In many ways, we try to protect all parties involved because as they come into an agreement, we look at that agreement and we help each side fulfill their conditions on the agreement. So there are many different types of escrow companies in our industry. Some may have a fee structure, some may have what we call no seller escrow fee. In my opinion, there are differences in escrow companies as well as differences in real estate professionals. I feel that our company has one of the most experienced and knowledgeable escrow officers. We do not provide no seller escrow fee. However, one of the major things about working with our company is that we protect all parties involved. As a neutral party, we go by the guidelines of the agreement. We have insurance, bond, and in addition, one of the things that our company excels is we have an in-house real estate attorney that helps guide us through any transaction that might be a challenging one.
So basically, when there's a challenging time, really it's important to find the experience and a professional escrow company.
Absolutely. A good escrow officer will help mitigate a lot of the challenges that come up in a real estate transaction. For instance, if you have many liens on the property, a good escrow officer knows how to navigate through and make sure that some of those liens are removed prior to close of escrow. A good escrow officer also is going to follow with all parties involved, making sure that everyone has the timely and all the contingencies are met before we close escrow.
Can you talk about a little bit about the lien removal? I think that's the most important part when you want to record the deed, right? It has to clear all the clouds, right? So I had the experience is with solar panels, solar powers. So have you guys experienced a lot like this kind of lien?
So we do work with many other types of vendors, and one of the vendors that our escrow officers have to help facilitate our liens with solar power panels on the roof. We work closely with the title companies to make sure what are the terms of those agreement and how are the liens affecting the property, so that we could explain it to all parties involved, and if it's a lien that needs to be removed, or is that part of the purchase of the home where the buyers and the sellers acknowledge the agreement.
Okay, so I think solar is a very good example. Have you seen any other kind of unusual difficulty or challenges?
So many people don't understand when you're in a real estate transaction, there may be different types of liens. There may be child support liens, there may be property tax liens, there may be other liens by vendors who may have done work for that home and now they didn't get paid, so there's a lien on that property. So what escrow does is it works with the title companies to make sure what are these liens, we identify them, and then we try to get that to the information to the clients involved, such as the agents or the homeowners or the buyers, to see if this is something that needs to be removed or if it needs to be understood so that they know what the conditions are.
I also had the experience in my transaction, in my career, is there's a fraudulent signature on the deed. How do you guys verify the seller is actually the person signed the guarantee to the buyer?
So we do everything we can to protect the client in this real estate transaction. As an escrow company, we work closely with the title company and all parties involved to make sure that there is no fraudulent signature or fraudulent deed that is recorded on the property. Unfortunately, we can't give 100% guarantee, but what we try to do is make sure that each signature or each document is verified and that it's accordingly correct and accurate information that's part of that transaction.
Okay. What would be your advice when the buyer or the seller, when they choose an escrow company?
So my recommendation in choosing a good escrow company or an escrow officer is make sure that they are knowledgeable, that they've been in the industry for many years, they understand the community that they work in, and that they have a good working relationship with the real estate agent and other escrow companies as well as title companies and lenders.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for Aaron to share all the information with us today. Do you feel you have the idea about what escrow actually do in the transaction now, besides your realtor helping you to find a house? If you have any question about escrow, feel free to leave a comment below. And if you like my video today, don't forget to give me a thumb up and also subscribe. I'm Claudia Chyang. Nice to see you again.